America. This is the truth, and I'm here to talk about the New World Order and America's role in it. What I want you to do is ask yourself, are American government elected officials, federal officials, sitting down, discussing, and making policy with individuals, Illuminati individuals, bankers, across the globe, first of all, who aren't even citizens of the United States, who aren't other government employees or federal employees or elected officials. They're not even involved in our government in any way. Are they really discussing national security, national policy? Is that really happening? Are certain groups such as the Bilderberg Group, the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Trilateral Commission, the European Union, are these groups really the entities that are making policy for America? Are these individuals really trying to abolish our Constitution? It's a question I would like to know the answer to. Would you like to know the answer to that question? What if this was true? How would you feel? Does this affect you? Do you care? Where would that put you in the food chain? I don't care what your nationality is. You can't be affiliated with any of these individuals or any of those entities that I just named to you, without being a multi-billionaire, without being married into it, or without having a plug or connection. You're not involved in that, which means you're at the bottom of the food chain. So what's going to happen? Well, first of all, we already see more and more rights being taken away. We're already seeing the fear that they're instilling in us. The media shows you, all the wickedness and all the craziness that's going on. One thing about wickedness and evil is you can't contain it. You can't control it. You can't say, I'm only going to be this amount of wicked. No. Once you let it in, you can't. It's very hard to get it out. You got to go to your God, your maker. That's the only way to defeat it, is with good. So if policy is being made by certain members of our government with other people that aren't even involved in America, that's illegal. It's against the Constitution. It's considered treason, and it's punishable by death, maximum penalty. Just thought I should let you know that. How does that affect you if that's being made, if that's being done? We're already enslaved to $1. A legal tender, which isn't going to mean anything in 10 years from now. I can guarantee you that. You can see we're already trying to become a borderless nation. That's because that deal has already been made. That North American Union is already been a done deal. So those borders are coming down. So which means it's all going to be one. And that's just the start of the New World Order, which probably wouldn't be a bad thing if it wasn't being coerced by a group of individuals who don't have the good of the world and the masses and the mob in mind. All they're thinking about is themselves and that legal tender. Them numbers, which is evil, which is wicked. It all comes down to yourself, and how do you feel inside? Ask yourself, am I evil? Do I represent that? Am I the Antichrist? That's where it starts at. Am I really with the good side, or am I just perpetrating? Ask yourself that. Because the only way to stop this in America is to vote America, to vote American. If you're a true American, and you believe in all the rights that you're supposed to have, your civil liberties, you have to vote American. What I'm talking about is we need another political party. Would you be willing to vote American, straight down the line, for your rights, your constitutional rights, your civil rights, everyone? That's the only way we can stop it. Their plan is to divide us from within. And I've heard a lot of white and black people say that the Constitution wasn't written with blacks in mind. So in that note, I believe in the Constitution, but I still want to separate certain rights because certain people aren't equal. When that new world order hits, you're not going to be considered equal either. Again, you're not going to be a part of this affiliation. You can't get with the Bilderberg group, man. Your Weibles aren't big enough. You don't got big enough balls, and your money's not long enough. So you're not included in this. You're going to be a pawn in the game. It's chess, not checkers. We know that. So would you be willing to put that aside? You voting for your right to be able not to like somebody. That doesn't mean you have to act on it. You have a right not to like somebody or be fond of someone. And you have the right to be able to say, hey, I'm not fond of white people. I'm not fond of black people. I'm not fond of Hispanics. You should be able to say that. You should be able to decide whether you want to go into a bar that is for smoking or non-smoking. You should be able to do that. This is America. They're slowly taking your rights away, and they tell you that they're going to implement new programs, like the re-education program. We want young kids to even, give 2 to 3 years of civil combat training. What are you trying to do? Build up a personal army? Are you taking a blueprint from the Germans and Hitler and Rome? You're just trying to keep the masses and the mob suppressed? The only way to get out of that is to have true individuals who are working for the people. And the only way you can do that is if you vote one way. What do you think will happen if America, 80% of America, 85% of America vote this new political party, America? We just vote that way. Bam, all the way down the line, 85%. Now we got somebody's in office who's a puppet for the people. If you're going to be a puppet for the people. That's when changes can be made. That's when we can go into this new world order on our own terms. Tell me, would you be willing to do that? Because let me tell you something. At the end of the day, Democratic and Republican officials, elected officials, they're friends. They're together, most of them. They're collaborating. They're giving you propaganda. Keep us divided because the masses and the mob control it. And if we had any idea what they were planning, we would go bananas. And they would not be able to control it. That's why we want re-education programs to further distort your mind. That's why we want to get you in some civil combat training so we can build up our military inside the United States for what's going to happen when you start to finally wake up and realize, hey, even if I'm not around for this, I don't want my kids to be around for this. Let's get back to that original Constitution. Let's be able to make sure that we retain them rights to freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom to bear arms. Let's make sure we keep that. Think about it. Look deep within yourself and ask yourself, can I vote for Americans? Let's get some officials in there that are really behind us. Let's open it up. Click. When I mean click, I mean the internet. Let's use it for good. They want to watch us through our internet. They want to GPS track us. Let them do that. Let's use it for good. Let's get online. Let's respond. Let's click. Let's start this political party. And let's get these officials to do what we want them to do. Let's get the Federal Reserve Bank to be ran by the federal government. Did you know that? Did you know the federal bank was not ran by the federal government? It's a privately owned institution. These bankers, these Illuminatis, they control that. So they're printing up your money. Think about it. Ask yourself, will you vote America? It's the truth. And I'm signing off.